If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
Look at those boots!
Oh my God! What's
Look
going
at
on?
that studio audience today. That applause is coming from the folks from Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. We'll talk to them later in the show about how you can help fight sexual assault in our community.
And in the kitchen, the folks from Simply Panache Products are here with some yummy options using their mango preserve.
And get ready to rock to the sounds of another great local band. Later in the show, Aduro performs, and they're really strong. And our colleague, WAVY News anchor Tom Shadd is back to share his photography. This time, it's the sights on the way from Hampton Roads to the Outer Banks to take a trip down 158.
We better see a picture of Gravedigger. That's all I'm saying.
I have a feeling you will.
You have to. You always see Gravedigger on the way to the Outer Banks.
I have yet to go to the Outer Banks. I'm going to get there this summer.
You're going to go in a couple minutes. You're going to go in a couple minutes.
Well, that's
You're going to
true.
take a trip.
Yeah, I'm going to go through the lens. But TGIF.
It's Friday.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, I want to say good morning. Of course, today is a very important anniversary for our good pal Chris here today.
I don't understand why. What do you mean?
Well, of course, in case you missed it, it was 1 week ago today that this happened. Last Friday, Chris sat as some of our friends from the St. Baldrick's Foundation took the clippers and shaved his head.
I
almost forgot what you looked
I
like.
know. It's like, what did you look like before? Of course, it was all for a great cause to raise money for the fight against pediatric cancers. And guess what? We raised nearly $5,000. So
that's right. And you guys were the first ones to give up. We thought that we would take that act of charity and continue to pay it forward. So while my hair grows out, I'm happy to don hats of other local charities. Today's hat comes from Catching for Kids. Their mission is simple. Every child should have a reason to smile come Christmas morning. They do various events, but the big one is the Rockfish Tournament held each year in December. To find out more about Catching for Kids and how you can help out, visit them online at catchingforkids.org. A Rockfish Tournament to get money for presents for kids. It's a great event.
Yeah, well, lots of great causes now. Getting some attention because of your noggin. So they just keeps on getting better for you.
Well, the hair is coming back quick,
coming
so
back pretty fast.
keep the hats
I don't
coming.
know. Hey, really quick before we get to Hot Topics, I have a special shout out that I want to give to Dr. Taylor's class at Norfolk State University. Tracy Page, our face of Fox, and I went out there yesterday and spoke to the communications class just about what it's like being in the biz. They asked great questions. We gave them some Hampton Roadshow swag bags, so we said we'd say hi to them. The picture's on Facebook.
Awesome.
So thank you guys for having us out there.
Fun talking to the schools.
Yes.
All right. Now it is time to talk about our Hot Topics today. And a big one happened like right in the middle of our midday newscast yesterday. Andy Fox calls from Richmond and says, get me on the air, because he was in on that vote where Louise Lucas had presented a budget amendment to the Senate Finance Committee. And it passed. And it essentially pushes those tolls off until 2014, saying that people cannot be told to pay for the work on the downtown and midtown tunnel, essentially recognizing the tolls as a tax. So it doesn't do away with them for good, but we just want to know what people think about that. It still has to go to the full House and Senate as part of the big budget approval, but that was a huge hurdle yesterday for it to get through the committee.
Yeah, Louise Lucas certainly has a lot more friends out there today. That's for sure, because what she's done is she's delayed what a lot of people feel is the inevitable.
Now, it's still going to cost the state a lot of money to turn that train around, and it would cost the state, you know, a ton of money if they had to pay for these projects if tolls didn't. And the projects could just not happen if, you know, Elizabeth River Crossing and VDOT says, well, now we don't have the tolls to know where the revenue is coming from. Maybe those improvements won't happen. So it's, you know, it's a win, but it's, you know, cautious optimism, I guess.
Well, for me, I'm glad to see it delayed. I mean, I come from a city where this is my first city living in, where I've had to go through tunnels and let alone tolls, you know. So for me, I know with gas prices and already the traffic, getting used to that, a lot of people are like, well, what's going to happen with even more of a backup? So it'll be interesting to see, though, come 2014, maybe if the decision gets delayed.
It has delayed it, but what it's going to do is it's going to create a debate to see if there's another way to rectify it without tolls. So.
And some folks say, hey, the debate already happened. You know what I mean? So they feel like it's kind of a step backward, but let us know what you think.
Well, the other big news or topic in the news is, of course, Whitney Houston. Of course, you remember the Grammy Award-winning singer. She died in February, just before the Grammys. But now a lot of people were waiting on the toxicology reports to find out the exact cause of death. You know, she battled drug addiction for a long time in her life, but the LA County Coroner's Office came back and said that her drowning was accidental, but she did have cocaine in her system, and heart disease also contributed to that. Toxicology reports also found that she had marijuana, anti-anxiety medication, muscle relaxant, and antihistamine in her system. So it is unfortunate. It is you know, it is a battle. She was, you know, had a beautiful voice, but unfortunately it's hard to look past her addiction that she had. But her family says that they are, you know, saddened by the news, but they're happy to know what happened so that they can, you know, have closure and move on. But just wanted to know, are you surprised? And a lot of people are saying no.
Not really.
No, but it's what's sad about it is she joins a long list of celebrity drug overdoses. I mean, the list is long. Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison. It said it goes on, and now Whitney.
And it's like, how will you remember her? As, you know, a drug addict or as a Grammy Award-winning singer? So.
Well, and what happens now, too, because you said that toxicology report was specific to that they could tell that she had just taken some of these substances, yet none of them were found in the room, and you had mentioned that, you know, now there's kind of questions about did people scoop up things that could be considered evidence. So police are saying just, you know, the toxicology, the autopsy may be finished, but not so much the investigation. So let us know your thoughts. You can join our conversation on Facebook or follow us on Twitter at HR_show.
We're going to make that.
All right, Jeremy Wheeler comes in, and I'm just here to prepare you and everybody else to be prepared because Hunger Games is coming worldwide. They're expecting to take over between 80 and 100 million this weekend alone. Tonight is the beginning.
Rainy weekend for folks to go to the movies.
Hunger Games. Yeah, and there's a lot of buzz about it. You know, I'm curious to see on this one if it's really going to take off. I know the books will give it a lot of momentum, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't look like it's going to...
people love their sci-fi, man. People love their science fiction.
You love sci-fi. And there's a romantic triangle, so it'll fit your requirement for, I don't know if it's a rom-com, which is your favorite, but there is romance.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm very curious to see it. I probably won't go see it in the theater, but I want to see what people say about it first, get the reviews in, and then maybe I'll make up my mind.
A lot of folks on Facebook, a couple of my girlfriends who saw it. Cookie saw it. She said they said it was great.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Your own judge.
Anyway, let's take a look. Yeah, this weekend's going to be wet. Today's going to be great. Temperatures low to mid-80s. Probably won't be going to the movies today. We'll see some nice weather. Fair skies. We've got maybe a pop-up shower storm late in the day, but the odds are so low, I doubt it. Saturday and Sunday, though, the rain chances really go up, especially Saturday afternoon. Good bit of Sunday, some rain, but it won't rain the entire time this weekend. There's just periods of showers and storms. So a little bit of good news compared to yesterday's forecast there. And then Monday, some early showers and cooler temperatures. All right, so here is the pop quiz for the day. This one's a person who was born in Hampton in 1955, country, rock, and folk singer. Towns, The Mountain, and The Hard Way, and NBC show My Name is Blank. So put those clues together, think about this person, and you know, it's a little out of my comfort zone, but I wanted to try and play with this one. So you know, we'll see who it is in a little bit.
What is your comfort zone? What is that comfort zone?
It's a good question. It's a good question. That's time for
Julia Roberts movie and a Snuggie.
All right, pajama jeans. All right, Carrie's going to head to the kitchen. If you know the answer, today's winner is going to get a 4-pack of passes to see comedian Jay Phillips at the Funny Bone this Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
Look at this. I know that you guys all wore mango, but can I call you the Tangerine Triple Threat? Sure. Because there are 3 of you, and Tangerine starts with T. These are the folks from Simply Panache Products. We've got Lakeisha Brown-Renfro, Tanisha Willis here, and our script is moving a little slowly, and I need help pronouncing your name. Nzinga. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming in today. We have a lot to do, but it all kind of centers around a product that you've got here.
It does.
So tell me what we're going to be
doing. It centers around a gourmet mango preserve. It's a mango preserve that can be used several different ways, hundreds of ways. We have so many different recipes for it. It's actually, it can be used on bagels and croissants, but it's also an ingredient.
Okay.
So today we're going to be making a mango salmon, and we're going to also make a mango vinaigrette that goes over our salad. And Nzinga will be making a mango cream cheese with a hint of whiskey as a dessert for the strawberry.
It is Friday.
It is Friday.
All right. That all sounds delicious. We'll start with, we're going to make the salmon or the vinaigrette when we come back?
We're going to make both, the salmon and the vinaigrette when we get back. But can I tell you where they can pick it up?
We will have time for that.
Okay.
But we need to call a timeout right now.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
We promise we will do it.
All right.
When we come back, we're going to visit with the ladies in the kitchen a couple more times. And also another special guest coming in today, guys.
That's right. Today's featured fruit is mango. Hey, nothing is off limits when comedian Jay Phillips takes the stage at the Funny Bone this weekend. Still ahead, he's bringing the jokes to the Hampton Road Show.
And WAVY News anchor Tom Shad grabbed his camera and took some shots along the roads to North Carolina's Outer Banks. We're going to go through the lens just a little bit later. And guys, listen up. You know, you've always wanted to see what it's like to fill a woman's shoes. Well, there's an event coming up that has an opportunity for you. The folks from Walk a Mile in Her Shoes are in the studio audience, and we're going to talk to them about it when we come back. Stay with us.
All right, we're back in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen. Tanisha Willis is going to get us started, though. She is one of the 3 lovely ladies who have come here from Panache Products to tell us what we can make with the mango preserves, which sounds good.
Yes. Well, first, Carrie, we have our mango ginger salmon.
Okay.
We've got a pound of salmon. We've lightly greased our pan with olive oil. We're going to salt and pepper to taste.
Mm-hmm. Always a good place to start.
Yeah.
A little salt and pepper.
Never
Salmon's,
hurts.
got a flavor all its own, though. So tell me how the mango is going to kind of complement it.
It does. I'm going to take that jar from you. We're going to take 3 heaping tablespoons.
I don't want to hold the key ingredient hostage.
3 heaping tablespoons of the mango.
Now that's got a good texture.
It does.
Not too chunky.
Not too chunky. We actually have some pieces in the jar as well. So we're going to take 3 teaspoons of soy sauce.
Okay.
3 teaspoons of ground ginger.
Now, if somebody wants to grate in some fresh, does it matter? Or do you
sure.
think-
They sure can.
Either way? Okay.
We've got 2 teaspoons of freshly squeezed lime juice.
That is so fragrant.
I know. And then a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes just to give it a little kick.
Yes.
It is Friday.
All right.
We're going to whisk that all together, and this is going to be spread over the top of the salmon fillet. And it's just about...
So, what came first? Were you after the preserves were done? Did you start kind of toying around with the recipes, or were you feeling like a lot of the recipes needed something, and hence the mango?
Our background is we're event planners, and so
Yep.
we've used the mango preserves in a lot of our dishes for our event planning business. So it kind of came out of that.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about the event planning business too, but folks are going to say, where can I get the mango? So where can folks pick it up?
Right now, it's in a couple of gourmet stores in the Hampton Roads area, the Virginia store in Hampton, Anderson's Home and Garden Show Place, which is in Newport News,
Yep.
and then the Virginia Gourmet in Williamsburg.
Okay.
So we can pick that up, and it comes with one of the lovely cards with lots of recipes. We have a mango ginger shrimp recipe that's actually on the card, and the
see
mango
that.
vinaigrette that we're going to make just shortly.
And I see the mango cream cheese fruit dip, which
Exactly.
also you are going to learn how to make that today too on the Hampton Road Show. Talking
we're
to the audience, I know you already know how to make it. The audience, you're going to learn how to make that as well. I see the little Virginia's Finest seal on there. That Virginia store is really cool. It's right in downtown Hampton, across from the Air and Space Museum. So
Yes, we are a Virginia product. So we preheated our oven to 450, and we're going to put this in to bake while we do the slide that right in there for about 15-20 minutes. That's going to be a nice touch, flaky
that
salmon.
temperature's higher than I thought it was going to be. So is it going to be? So
that makes it flaky.
Quick?
Yes, quick
Okay.
and flaky and very succulaent.
okay, so it won't be in there for a long time, but it'll
No,
cook up.
exactly.
Okay. It's beautiful salad.
So now on to the mango vinaigrette.
Gotcha.
We've got, let me get a spoon, more mango.
Here you go. Here you go.
All right, thank you.
I am here to help.
Thank you so much. So we're going to add about 6 ounces of the mango.
All right, so a
This is
couple
an
of
8-ounce
spoonfuls.
jar, so it's almost the whole jar, not quite.
What's in the red bottle?
This is something that we've already had prepared. I'm just showing how to make it, so that's already prepared. We've got a cup of red wine vinegar and a half a cup of olive oil.
Okay.
We whisk that together, and voila.
That's so simple.
Very simple and very delicious. You would think it has a very distinct taste. You wouldn't be able to tell it was mango if you didn't know.
Really?
Yeah, it's very delicious.
Kind of sweet and tangy.
Sweet and tangy, exactly.
Alrighty. All right, again, so the salmon's in the oven. Going to have a few minutes in there. The vinaigrette, she's whisking that up. That'll be done. And next we'll learn how to make the mango cream cheese fruit dip.
Yes.
Tanisha, thank you very much.
My pleasure, Carrie. Thank you.
Mango salmon. Yummy. Mango.
Mango.
Hey.
Hey, big plans this weekend?
Big plans this weekend? Well, you know, it's going to rain, but that's okay, because tonight it's all about indoors at the Ted Constant Center as the Black Keys are in town. I'm going to take my wife to see a nice little bluesy rock show, one of the hottest bands in the world right now.
Date night, all right.
Yeah.
I like how you do that,
It'll be fun.
Chris. All right, me, I'll just be looking out the window.
No, you won't.
No big plans.
No, you won't.
No big
Come
plans.
along with us.
I don't need to come to the Black Keys.
We'll sneak you in.
I don't know that band.
You don't know that band? That's okay. You've heard them. You just don't know you've heard them.
Oh, okay, probably.
They're everywhere.
Hey, let's talk tolls.
Okay,
One
let's
of
go.
our hot topics.
Let's go tolls.
What are your thoughts on it being pushed back until January of 2014? This was all the buzz yesterday afternoon.
That's right. They threw the big flag up and they delayed it.
It's kind of
for at
like
least 2
round
years.
one.
That's
Stephen
right.
Phillips, he says, tolls on those tunnels would make traffic jams worse than they are now. Kind of have to agree with you, Stephen. Catherine says, people in Portsmouth and people that work in Portsmouth are literally trapped hostages. She says, no tolls. This way they would isolate a city like this. She lives in Virginia Beach and realized that this could happen there. She says, stop the tolls. Stop the tolls. Kim says, push it back and figure out something more reasonable than $2 each way. Mike B. and folks like Debbie, they say, I'm in a position that I really don't need to use the tolls with the exception of the Monitor Merrimack and heading north, they can use the JRB. And Louise also says, luckily this is something I don't have to be terribly concerned over, but maybe best for them to push it back, at least for now, to make a better decision on the toll issue.
Everyone's talking tolls, but also yesterday we found out that Whitney Houston's toxicology report came back and a host of drugs were found in her system. So she died from a drug overdose.
And we just asked folks, are you surprised? How are you going to remember Whitney with her beautiful voice? She's a Grammy Award-winning artist, or her unfortunate addiction to drugs that she had to overcome. Melissa says, I am not surprised. It is exactly what I thought had happened. Valerie, she says, unfortunately, no, I'm not disappointed that somebody tried to hide evidence. Or she says, I am disappointed somebody tried to hide evidence. That's what we're also hearing, that a lot of the medications that were in her room were somehow gone when law enforcement got there. It's really sad that somebody is dying and all they could think to do was hide their drugs to keep themselves out of trouble. Lauren, she says, nope, sad that she said she was sad when this was happening. She told everybody this when Whitney Houston first died. Tracy says, not surprised at all.
Yeah, we'll remember how she died, but we'll also remember what she did before she died, and she made a lot of people happy with that amazing voice of hers.
An amazing voice, she sure did. All right, well, thanks for buzzing in. We're going to read some more comments later on throughout the show.
All right, Dream Pop meets American Rock. What does that mean? Find out later in the show when local band Aduro performs for Live Music Friday.
And don't forget about our pop quiz. You could win today. Could win a 4-pack of passes to see comedian Jay Phillips at the Funny Bone this Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Just log on to thehamptonroadshow.com and click on the pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen.
Well done. Well done, Ariana.
Thank you.
That was good. Welcome back to the Hampton Road Show. All right, we're going to talk about walking in women's shoes. I did this on the show a few months back, and now the men on the peninsula will have a chance to get in on the action. Walk a Mile in Her Shoes to Fight Against Sexual Violence is coming to Hampton. Shauna Gray is the executive director with the Center for Sexual Assault Survivors. Shauna, welcome to the Hampton Road Show. Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. Tell people what that's all about.
Walk a Mile in Her Shoes is a fun way, if you want to term sexual violence being fun, but it's an eye-catching way to bring awareness to a very serious topic. It was started by Frank Baird in California, and under the premise of you never know what it's like until you walk a mile in someone's shoes. So men collect pledges to support the Rape Crisis Center, and then they walk 1 mile in ladies' high heels.
Talk about the importance of this and why we need to become more aware of why this is such an important concept.
What we know statistically is that only 1 out of 4 sexual assaults are ever reported. So the more awareness that we can raise, we hope that people will come forward to receive services and treatment for their sexual trauma.
Talk about the center and what you're seeing on a weekly and monthly basis.
The Center for Sexual Assault Survivors is a rape crisis center serving the peninsula, and we serve men, women, and children. We see children as young as 3 years of age that have suffered sexual trauma.
Awful. All right, talk about the guys you got next to you, because what I'm looking at almost seems like a scene out of Rocky Horror Picture Show. I can't imagine seeing you walk in the streets in that outfit. Talk about what these guys have done for you.
Next to me is Andy Warner. He's with the Criminal Justice Agency in Hampton and Newport News. And next to him is Deputy Churchill. And both of them have walked with us for the last 5 years.
Talk about what that's like walking in those shoes.
Well, it's kind of interesting, and the reason that we do it is, like Shauna said, most of these things come unreported, and so those individuals get they start doing things like using substances to deal with these type of things, and then when they come to us for probation and parole for a charge, and we try to drill down and help those individuals deal with their trauma, so to try to get them off that track and deal with the underlying causes why they may be committing crimes.
Walking a mile in those shoes is just a great way to raise awareness, and it's a great cause. And you guys, it seems as if everyone should take a look at this and try the shoes on. Those, I'm telling you, there's no way my feet are going in those shoes.
Well, if I'd have known, I'd have brought a
well, you should have known. All right, walk a mile in her shoes, Saturday, April 14th, Peninsula Town Center. Hampton registration is at 10 a.m., and the walk is at 11 a.m. If you want to find out more information, visit www.visitthecenter.org, or you can call 599-9844. Shauna, next year, bring me something like that in a size 12,
All right.
and then we'll see what we can do.
Deal.
All right, thanks.
All right, well, next, a road trip to the Outer Banks through the lens with WAVY News anchor Tom Shad.
That's right. And another mango recipe from the folks at Simply Panache Products. Mango Mania continues in the kitchen right after the break.
Everybody, we're back at the Buzz Center. You just saw us, and guess what? Now we're back again because we love reading all of your comments and talking about our hot topics.
So what do you think of those red boots over there?
Those red boots are off the chain. Are they comfortable?
Are they comfortable? I don't know, but if he were to come to lock you up in those, it'd be kind of hard to
throw a leg out.
It'd be hard
what you're working with.
It'd be hard to work with that, man.
It's like the guys at the office are going to kill me. All right, so we're talking tolls, we're talking Whitney Houston, toxicology reports. Where do you want to start, Chris? This is all about you, so you let me know. We're going to go
Well, I want to start Hunger Games. Can I throw you a curveball like that? Because, I mean, I've not been caught up in it yet, but it's coming. It's like a rolling ball downhill. Boom, Hunger Games. Bam, it's going to hit everybody.
Boom, Hunger Games. Yeah, it's supposed to.
80 to 100 million
It
this
opened
weekend, they're
at
expecting.
midnight last night, and Stephanie Cook
Lines
said,
out the
but that was
door.
my apologies. I thought she went to see the Hunger Games. She didn't, but she said she was going to see another screening, but she said when she walked out, there was like hundreds of people in line. Facebook, a lot of my girlfriends were at the midnight showing where they live, and they went to go see it, and a lot of people said that they really liked it, so it's just one of those movies you probably have to go see on your own to make your own opinion.
We're going to be talking about that all next week. All right, so right now we're talking tolls.
Yes.
That's right. Louise Lucas put a stop to it temporarily. They are going to be voting on it this week to see if they can delay the tolls for at least 2 years. And a lot of people are saying, okay, it's a victory for us. Maybe putting off the inevitable, and here's what you're saying, Ram.
Debbie on Facebook, she says, I am all for the pushback as long as January of 2014 doesn't roll around and nothing has been done, and then we're exactly where we are right now. Good point. Edith, she says, push him back as long as possible, please. Monty says, good move, keep pushing that back. Eventually they'll push it out altogether, along with the folks that came up with the idea in the first place. Nicole, she says, no tolls ever. And Amanda Rapicon, she says, I'm all for moving it back to 2014. That's when we're getting restationed, so she's not even going to be here.
Yeah.
She says, I don't think we should have to pay for a tunnel that we will never be here to use.
A lot of people feel that way. If you don't use the downtown tunnel, then a lot of people don't want to pay the tolls. They say they don't care. It's like, okay, I don't care because I don't use it.
I know one thing. We use the downtown
every day.
tunnel every
at
day.
least 5 times a day I go through that too.
You have to go back out in stores and come back.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thanks for chiming in. We're going to have a few more comments for you in just a few minutes.
All right, Mango Madness continues over here in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen. I want to introduce you now once again to Nzinga Teule. Hey, Kima, she's a product. How do I do with that?
Perfect.
Yes.
You did
All
awesome.
right. She is with Simply Panache Products, and they are showing us some recipes today that you make with the mango preserves. And I just want to stop here and say congratulations, because it's fantastic that you've got this product now that is out there for sale in gourmet stores, in the Virginia store in Hampton, and a store in Williamsburg is carrying it as well.
And I guess I can take this opportunity to tell you that we're going to be featured at the Virginia Food and Beverage Expo, which is going to be March 28th, and that's an opportunity to exhibit our product with hundreds and thousands of vendors from everywhere.
Right.
So that's really awesome.
So when you're not becoming world famous makers of preserves, you're also planning all kinds of events around Hampton Roads too through Panache.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you going to show us now?
I'm going to show you how to make a succulent mango dip for your fruit.
Okay.
You're going to start with just a pound of cream cheese, 8 ounces of cream cheese, and it's good to let it sit out and it's going to soften to room temperature because that's just a little bit easier.
Now, can you microwave it, or is that totally cheating?
It's cheating a little bit, but I guess if you wanted to, you could.
Yes, my friends, I'm a cheater. No, but it kind of it does change the.
It might change the texture. If you just leave it out a little bit, about an hour or so, it'll be okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to use a jar of the mango.
The whole thing, huh?
You can use the whole thing.
All right. A lot of people, when they're serving fruit, they just kind of throw out some yogurt or some sour cream and call it a day. This is something different.
This is something different. And this is something for the grown and sexy. Something for the adults.
All right. Well, because you're going to throw a dash of whiskey in there.
A dash of whiskey.
A dash. So how did you come up with this? Was this one of those nice accidents in the kitchen, or what inspired this recipe?
Well, like my business partner Tanisha said earlier, we're event planners, so we have used this product in a lot of when we're catering for our clients. So we've used this, we've used other recipes in the kitchen. So this was just one of those nice dip items that you can use with seasonal fruit. You can use it with pineapple, bananas. And all you're going to do is you're just going to mix it with a hand mixer. You can use a whisk, but this is just so much easier.
Okay. And you said the cream cheese needs to sit out for about an hour.
About 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. So the trick is knowing you want to make this and remembering to get the cream cheese out an hour before you want to make the recipe.
And if you don't, it just takes longer to whip it.
Gotcha. All right, that didn't take long at all.
Now we're going to add the whiskey, and you kind of add it to taste. The recipe says a half a cup, but you can do a third if you want, just kind of to taste.
Right. I'm checking out to see what your taste is. About a third of a cup.
About a third of a cup.
Now, how come you had to do the whiskey separate?
Well, you want to make sure that the preserve and the cream cheese is well whipped first, and then you add the because you can actually add the whiskey in small amounts to taste. Okay. So that's really kind of variable. And we're just going to put it in this nice cup, and then we'll dip strawberries in it and this is going to be the dessert.
So how are things going with Panache, and how did the three of you get together?
Well, that's a very interesting story. We actually started off as simply Panache itself, and it started actually in Houston, Texas. And
I can help you.
I'm sorry.
I'm just standing here.
And we actually moved to Virginia and kind of expanded the business to Virginia. And that's our event planning division. So we plan events, corporate events, private events. Quinceañeras, baby showers, bar mitzvahs, all sorts of events. And then because we made this product, we decided to branch out to Simply Panache products and bring this product to bear. And it's been a really fun experience.
Well, look, I hope more good things happen for you ladies. I mean, you've done a terrific job here today, and we've certainly gotten so many great ideas from Lakeisha already in her appearances on the Hampton Road Show.
So I'll tell you about one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a surprise announcement, and it's going to be our iPad 3 giveaway.
Wow.
And this is how our iPad 3 giveaway goes. Did you all know that June is National Mango Month?
No.
It's National Mango Month. And the reason why is because in June is when the stores will have the most varieties of mangoes in the store. And so that's National Mango Month, and we want to celebrate that, of course, because we're all about the mango.
How do we get the iPad?
And so what you do is you, starting on June 3rd, you're going to submit your favorite recipe using the mango preserves as an ingredient. Okay. And so you submit that to us. You email that to us at info@simplypanache.com. And then on the 9th, we will let you know if your recipe meets all the criteria and you'll actually be able to submit it. And we don't do the voting. Your friends will do the voting. So we have nothing to do with the voting. We don't pick. It will be the number of likes that your recipe gets. All right. And so once and in order to participate, you have to actually be a Facebook a fan of our mango fan page.
All right, we'll put that information about the contest online too.
Okay.
We'll do that. I'll make that easy. Okay, don't forget, Mango Preserves carried in 3 different places. They're at Anderson's Home and Garden Showplace in Newport News, the Virginia Store in Hampton, the Virginia Gourmet in Williamsburg, and again, all this information at amangoparty.com, or you can go to simplypanache.com, and again, we'll put the information at the Hampton Roadshow too. 3 places, like our 3 lovely ladies, to find out all the information about the recipes today and that iPad 3 giveaway. We're going to give everything a try in just a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have to come up with a recipe.
Yes,
all right
you do.
now. All right, well, the Outer Banks, it's a beautiful spot that we all love, but the drive there opens up a scenic wonder as well.
Let's see what Wavy News anchor Tom Shad found with his camera as he takes us on a road trip through the lens.
What is it about the road that stirs the American spirit? I guess it depends on one's interpretation. We like to move, seek out new horizons. But this recent trip along Route 158, well, it showed me the unusual, the old, and always something beautiful. I started on my way around dawn and noticed sights that penetrated the dull Doppler effect swoosh of passing cars. A turn off the main road puts us on a rock and roll side street in front of Mel's, a burst of silver from a golden era of roadside dining. Close by, a monument to monster truck madness. The Gravedigger stands on its head, a testament to rural horsepower. As the lines and miles pass, we see a combination of country chores that keep us fed to the seeds of wine sprouting in this vineyard. And this could be a trip back in time when we hit places like Moyock and this rusted line of American motoring. Many of these vehicles may have stopped in Jarvisburg for a shot of regular or Ethel. These pumps fueled post-war prosperity which came as another way of life ended. This simple building caught my eye, the Jarvisburg Colored School, which educated generations of African Americans during segregation from the end of the Civil War until 1950. A simple chair by a classroom window is my favorite shot. It says to me, look at the world from this room and have a dream of something bigger. A weathered look dots this entire trip. The past is once again combined with the unusual, like this graveyard with a miniature church and statues that stand in a field. A closer look reveals plaster images of Joseph, Jesus, and Mary. A reverence for Christian principles also reveals itself in white churches along the way, and where home once was. Here's a call from across the pond, a British-style phone booth. But what calls thousands every summer is the sea, and a warm welcome to the Outer Banks through the lens.
One more note about the Jarvisburg Colored School. That is the name. There are plans to open it as a museum.
You can go to Tom Shad's Wavy Facebook page to see his blog, and of course you can catch Tom's journey through the lens every month right here on the Hampton Road Show.
Sounds like Tom found a great postcard for the future when the school opens up as a museum. Pat, Dad, and I will have to get down there.
He found a lot of great, I mean, at that road trip down there, you can see so many great sites, and he captured just a few of the many great sites, and I love going down there and just seeing everything that he showed.
Yeah, he does a great job.
Good job.
All right, the guys in our door are getting ready to rock the Hampton Roadshow, our live Music Friday. We'll get started in just a moment. All right, of course, you've seen our next guest on HBO's Def Comedy Jam, The Late Show, or Laugh-A-Palooza.
He hails from just up the road in D.C., and he's joining us on the Hampton Road Show. Now, you've done a lot of acting. This is Jay Phillips, your first time on the Hampton Road Show. Welcome.
Absolutely. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor to get up bright and early to hang out with some beautiful ladies.
Oh, stop. Stop.
Oh,
I don't know.
going.
Like, hanging out with us is fun, but getting up early, I mean, you know, you live rock star hours, so we appreciate you getting up extra early
I haven't
to be
been
here.
in bed yet. That's how I do that.
Right?
Yeah, I go all in. I stay up until noon,
And then you just crash.
and then I just let it go.
And then when do you get up because you have shows at night?
Hey, I get up right before showtime. Go
Me
grab
too.
the microphone to go do it. That's how you do it.
Do you have like a routine, like a warm-up routine? Like you like talk to yourself in the back room and
No,
then go out? No?
none of that. I have no clue what's going to happen when I get to work. You know what I mean? That's the cool stuff about going to work for me is that, you know, anything that I could possibly think of throughout the day, In those 2 or 3 hours that I am awake, I write it down, take a couple notes, and then I go ahead and hit the stage running.
So that could make it into your show, just something to have a few minutes before.
It most definitely does happen. Yeah, I do my show that I do. I have a lot of jokes. I've been blessed to been able to put some classics out there. But then on the other side of that, if you come to 2 of my shows and throughout a week, you will not see the same show twice.
Really? That's what do you like to talk about? You had a show last night. How was the crowd?
The crowd was great. There was a few police officers there, and I do have quite a few jokes about the police department. So I actually saw some police out in the audience there. So I'm not going to tell any jokes about the police right in their face.
Right.
But I will wait till tonight, and then we'll talk all about what I'm looking at. I see him right there. Hey, fellas, look at him. Look at the superhero boots that the cop got on. I like that. I didn't know what was going on. I saw a grown-up with his heels and toes out, and as a man, that's normally a no-no. But I saw that badge, so I figured I'd leave it alone. But now that we're on TV and I got witnesses, I can go ahead and say what I want to about it, right? Because I am right.
Do you ever see somebody kind of like out there in the front row and kind of pick on them, get a little inspiration from the people there?
Sometimes when they ask for it. A lot of times when people jump in the front row, they already know what they're getting into. A lot of them come with the preconceived notion that, you know what, I'm going to be a part of this show today. And, I would rather not. I would rather go ahead and just tell my jokes. I write jokes.
That is so true, because when you go to a comedy club, and I've seen this happen before, the comedians are on stage, and if they say something and somebody in the audience is like, oh, they have something to say, the comedian's like, I will shut you down. Like, I'm going to win this.
Absolutely.
Because you're a comedian. That's
Absolutely.
what you do.
I mean, that's how most of us started, is by answering those type of questions. You got something to say. If you're saying something about what I got to say, all right, well, here we go. You know what I mean? Opened up your Pandora's box, and now it's time to see what's in it.
So you're tonight being here in Norfolk, you're not too far from your hometown. So will some of your folks come down to see you? And does that change the game for you at all if family and friends are in the audience?
Not no more. It used to, and I'm gonna have some people come down. Some people I went to high school with actually live down here. From the the DC area. There's a lot of migrators over here, and so I have a few from homecoming. That doesn't change my show. It my mom does.
Your mother and your the police. That's
Well, we appreciate you stopping by the Hampton Road Show. Of course, you can catch Jay Phillips this weekend at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. He has 2 shows tonight and tomorrow night, 8 and 10:30, and then 1 show on Sunday at 7 o'clock. You can give them a call, 213-5555 for tickets and information, or just log on to vabeachfunnybone.com. Jay, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right, it is Live Music Friday, and we are very happy to have another great local band. They are currently spending time working in the studio on an EP, but today they are here on the Hampton Road Show stage. We're going to chat with them in just a bit, but first we want to have Aduro take it away.
drug me to the water. I watched you slip away. Still haunted by your face. So far away, so far away. So far away.
Aduro, another band making their live TV debut here on the Hampton Road Show. This is lead singer Travis Heath. Tell me who you got in the band, Travis.
Well, over here on my right side, we got Shannon Furrow, and we got Jason Durso right here on bass. We got Bill Manley back here on the drums, and we have Mujtaba Habib over here on lead guitar.
All right, tell us what Aduro stands for. What does it mean?
Aduro is Latin to set ablaze.
Set ablaze,
Yeah.
and where can people see you play?
Well, we have a show coming up April 6th on, at William & Mary at 7 p.m. We have April 21st out in the Hampton Old Town Tavern, and we have a huge show. It's a big local fest coming up, put on by Shaggy from Z104, called Shag Fest, and national acts, about 15 or so local acts playing, and that's going to be June 9th, and it's going to be huge.
All right, Travis Heath and Aduro, get out and see the band. They're going to play another song for us in just a moment, so stick around. Aduro, everybody, great job, guys.
Wow. This is delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
I tried the
Now we have the
fruit
mango
dip.
madness.
Yeah, we do.
I
Had the
can't
lettuce
stop
so
eating
far.
the salmon. Yeah?
I'm going to go for the rest here in a little bit, but I have to talk, so I can't, you know.
That's right.
I don't know how you guys do it.
It never stops us.
You know, Jeremy, let's all put our food down.
It's okay.
Well, we need to.
All right, let's take a look at it. The pop quiz for the 4 clues here. Born in Hampton, 1955, country rock folk singer, Towns, The Mountain, and The Hard Way, and NBC show. My name is blank. So the last one, you probably got that at least. You got part of it. So
You guys got it?
Earl Haggard?
I don't know the last name.
no.
Merle?
Earl's the last name. So
Merle Haggard?
Yeah, Steve.
James Earl Jones.
Steve Earl is he's actually
Steve
famous.
Earl.
I've heard of him before, but
We're not
I've
even
never
close.
really heard a lot of his work. So I listened to it on YouTube, and he's got a lot of songs on shows and movies and things like that. So
Yeah.
All right, well, today's winner is going to get a 4-pack of passes to see comedian Jay Phillips, who is just here on the couch at the Funny Bone this Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
All right, thanks to everybody who buzzed in this morning. And of course, we have to thank the ladies from Simply Panache Products, event planning, catering for the mango recipes. And don't forget, they're giving away an iPad free. So we'll
I'm
have
going
the
to submit
details
my
soon.
recipe. I'm gonna come up with one.
Come up with the mango recipe, but good luck topping this.
That's right, and thanks to our live audience today, walk a mile in her shoes. April 14th, get out and support the cause.
All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow, we're off. We'll be back on Monday. And Monday kicks off tax week on the Hampton Road Show. I swear we'll make it fun. The folks from Jackson Hewitt Tax Service will be here with all the information you need to get your taxes done. We'll have some fun.
good.
All right, everyone, have a great weekend. We want to leave you now with more from our band, Aduro. Thanks for watching.
Aduro.
on my only time of peace that I have had today. Reading letters from my family in a place that's oh so far away. And this cold ground is my bed now, as I lie awake from all the noise. Someone cries out, this is what we've trained by, but this isn't where I'm supposed to be.